locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying and I'm done with it. Naked in front of a man without my permission. But I am the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay.
Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to another new video from yours truly. I'm on a roll, ain't I? Well, not really. So as you guys saw from the intro of this video, this one's going to be a crazy one. No joke. So I'm scrolling yesterday, as I normally do, and I come across this video on, I believe it was Instagram, of a woman named Tish Hyman. She's an artist, a music artist, which I didn't know.
Got air in my lungs, I'm so lucky. I got shoes on my feet, I'm so lucky. Got a roof over my head, I'm lucky. I got water to drink, I'm so lucky. Got light in my eyes, I'm so lucky. I got love in my life, I'm so lucky. I got fate on my side, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky.
And she was at Gold's Gym in California. Good old California. Good old Cali. Liberal city. And she was causing what people would call a scene because she was upset. She was upset because she was in the women's locker room changing, literally butt naked, when a man walks into the locker room.
And guess what happened on my final workout? A trans woman walked in while I was butt naked. I grabbed my towel. There's been men coming in and out of the restroom, and it's just been traumatizing. Is it okay if you just step out while I'm getting dressed? And she says to me, I'm a woman. I said, you're a woman? His shoulders were bigger than, what's that, for any football player's shoulders. He said to me, I'm a woman, right? Today. And this is one of the ones that supposedly are passable, right? So I say to him, I'm sorry if you're a woman, I apologize. And then he's like, nah, don't to me. You lucky I don't see you outside of here. And he came back with employees like that's supposed to make a difference. I'm naked. Now it's two women in there, which is fine. I'm naked in front of women. It's fine. But he's there. I said, you've seen some ass today. Do you feel good? And then I walked out and I made another scene at the Gold's Gym in Hollywood because honestly, I just want the women to know. It's not about anything. I just want the women to know. There's no signs telling women, hey, there's men coming in here and that's okay with us. It's not a single sign. Women have no idea what they're up against in there. They're just going to the gym thinking it's normal. It's not normal. There are men in there and there's no sign to say shit. But I'm crazy.
The man ran and got staff from Gold's Gym to reprimand the woman in the woman's bathroom. And then they proceeded to tell her her membership would be revoked and she would be barred from the gym. Moving forward. Yeah. A woman getting barred for being upset that a biological man was in the woman's bathroom. Now, I did a whole short about this yesterday, exposing what happened, but I wanted to do a long form video about this because in my opinion, this is just too important to just do a 3-minute short on. This has to be a full-fledged video where we can talk about this because it's happening way too often. And the more we talk about it, the less normalized it becomes, in my opinion. So I will continue to bring up these topics because women like her should not have to fight this battle alone. She just shouldn't. It's ridiculous. This woman is admittedly somebody who voted Democrat most of her life. Probably all of her life.
All right, I never used to be into politics. I never used to really vote except for when Obama and Kamala win. And you know why I voted. It's because they're black. And that's it. Don't give me shit about it. I'm not a politician, but that's the truth. I just want to say it because maybe there's somebody out there that did the same thing.
Now, before you guys come at her and say, oh, well, you voted for this, it's what you get. You voted for this. You were a Democrat, you voted blue, it's what you get. Guys, remember this. We all have a history. Okay, I wasn't always on the right. I used to be on the left. I used to hate Donald Trump. You guys know this. If you don't know this, my story's up here somewhere. Watch it. I used to be a left-leaning person before I got red-pilled. So everybody has something that happens in their life that makes them question. And that's what's happening right now in this woman's life. And I'm going to show you some videos of her talking about her own voting history and how this incident is now waking her up to realize, uh-oh, what have I been doing? Sometimes it takes things like this to wake people up. So before you go judging her and saying, well, you wanted this and you voted for this and you were a Democrat, remember, we all have a history. Let's have some grace. Nobody's perfect.
I cried so much in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I can't tell you. I probably haven't cried this much about anything since my mama died. And I'm not a crying type of person. It's not that I think anything's wrong with crying. I just have been through so much that I rather spend my energy on fixing things that are wrong rather than crying about things that are wrong. And I had no choice on Sunday but to run out into the fucking gym.
Now, aside from all of the profanity, which I know was a lot, I had to bleep a whole lot. A lot of editing going on here. But I wanted you guys to get a glimpse of what she's going through and the transformation that's happening pretty much in real time, because this just happened and this is all waking her up at the same time, in real time right now. You know, like I'm following her page now, and I would encourage you to do the same and encourage her if you follow her page as well and give her some encouragement so that she knows that she's not alone, because I guarantee you the left is going to come after her hard. Okay, the left is going to try to destroy her career, destroy her life, discredit her, cancel her. You know how they work. Okay, they're a freaking cult. And one thing you can't do in that cult is criticize the trans alphabet community. If you do, you're in trouble. So support her if you can. But this also leads to an even bigger issue politically. This is why I said this is good that this happened, because it's going to open her eyes to other things. So in California, coming up is going to be Prop 50, which is a voting law pretty much that is going to try and gerrymander certain districts in California, which is only going to benefit Democrats if it gets voted in. And why is that a problem? Because right now Democrats run California and we see exactly what it looks like, okay? This happened in California, this incident, and that's no coincidence. So what's happening now is this woman is starting to realize that she was going to vote yes on this prop because she was told, you got to vote yes, you're a Democrat, you're black, got to do it. And now she's realizing, wait a minute, why?
I had to restart my live because at first I had vote no on Prop 50. But I just said that because I've been talking to a lot of people, and this is what they're telling me we need for women's rights. But I decided that I'm going to go and read about Prop 50 my motherfucking self and make my own goddamn educated decision. So what I did was I remade the live. Let's break down Prop 50 and see if this is really something we should be voting for. Right now, they're winning with the yeses. People are voting yes. But a lot of the women that I've spoken to over the last, like I said, I've been getting into the women's rights thing and trying to figure out solutions for that. A lot of them think that Prop 50, we need it. But they've been in this game for a long time. I'm just getting here. So pardon me, I am learning. And I'm trying to act fast because there's an election coming up in a couple days. And whether it's yes or no, I want to inform people in California that we need to start looking at this. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat either. I voted Kamala, yes. I'm a regular person. I'm a woman, man. I do music, I don't do politics. I voted for Kamala because she's black. I'm not afraid to say it. I voted for Kamala because she's black and, you know, whatever. And I guess, you know, that's a lesson in itself because you know what? We got to start paying attention to the politics, y'all. Because the things that we haven't voted for, the things that I could have voted for probably when I was in my 20s and my 30s are now kicking me in the ass because I paid no attention to anything.
And this is waking her up in ways that have woke most of us up across the country. And if you have any question about how people should be voting, yes or no, well, watch this video and then do the opposite.
Voted yes for Prop 50 because Donald Trump and the Republicans are trying to rig the system. They're trying to do it in many ways, including rig the system around congressional maps. And so we as Californians are standing up to level the playing field. And we're doing that by voting yes on Prop 50. The election is Tuesday, November 4th. Please vote. It's just one thing on the ballot. And California is going to make the difference for so many people around the country. Remember to vote yes on Prop 50 on Tuesday.
Case closed. Something tells me she's probably going to vote no on Prop 50, and something tells me she's probably going to question a whole lot of things on the Democrat side. And her perspective may just change in a different direction. It's happened to most of us. I'm glad she's getting off the Democrat plantation because so many of us were on that plantation based on our race, our color, our sexual orientation, where we grew up, etc. And many are starting to wake up and realize that our identity has nothing to do with how we vote. As far as this situation, it's insanity. It's freaking insanity. And that gym is disgusting. Okay, that gym needs to be shut down. How dare they demonize a woman for wanting to protect her body and her space from a man? Now, this trans person did not look trans. Okay, this person did not look like a female. They were not passing. You saw the video. This was a man. Okay, a full-fledged man. It's like me walking into the women's bathroom. Gold's Gym is disgusting, but Gold's Gym is in California, and they right now are abiding by the Californian laws. And what's interesting about this topic is that the Democrat Party is pushing this narrative of trying to prop up Gavin Newsom as the new face of the Democrat Party for 2028. And I hope he does become the face of the DNC. Because what's happening in California right now is a direct effect of him and his policies. So by all means, bring it on. I mean, Kamala Harris lost bigly last November, partly because of her ideology when it comes to trans issues. Like bragging about how Californians, their tax dollars pay for sex surgeries for trans people in prison. That went over real well. DNC, please prop up. Please prop up Gavin Newsom. And even better, make Kamala Harris his VP. Now that's a ticket. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. What do you think of the situation? How would you have handled the situation if you were in her shoes and you saw a man walk into the women's bathroom or the locker room while you were changing? Insanity. Let me know in the comments down below. What's even worse, too, before I go, is the other people who were standing around saying and doing nothing. No one defending her. Disgraceful. If you enjoy my content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. Until next time.